G'day, Lawrence again. Another day, another poem. Today, had a lot of thinking to do today, and I thought I'd do one memory of a friend of mine. Gentleman's name was Mark Severino. Now, I first met Mark when I was 5 years of age. We were in grade 1 together. There's a class photo that my mother has, my parents have at their house, because they kept all the class photos. We actually stand next to each other in the class photograph. At the end of that year we moved. I never saw him again until I was in grade 9. I met him on a camp with Air Force cadets on Stradbroke Island, I think it was, or Moreton Bay Island. Anyway, he was from another school, and we all met up at the camp and got to talking with him and realised who he was. And then a year later we moved to Sydney, so lost contact with him again, and then caught up with him again at the end of the year when we moved again. I went to stay with my relatives, and anyway, long story short, we sort of caught up with each other on and off over the years. And he was someone who I became close with. He was the first person I came out to, and funny enough, he was gay as well. And we sort of hooked up, and he was a lot more experienced than I was, and I always felt guilty afterwards, and I think that's probably why I sort of avoided him, which was my own problems that I was going through, not really understanding what it was that I was doing or feeling or anything like that, and I had no one to talk to about it, and tried to avoid it every way I could. Went overseas for a number of years, and when I came back, I tried to catch up with him again, found him, and when I did finally meet up with him after that, he told me that he was suffering from HIV. I sort of figured that when I first saw him, and he was sort of concerned I was just going to walk away, and I was not ignorant at that stage of, this is mid-90s, I wasn't ignorant of what AIDS was and HIV and all that, and I also knew that you can't catch it just by talking to somebody, and I wanted to make up for all the times that I was basically ignoring him, and I wanted to be that friend there for him. And funny enough, moved in with him for about 6 months because it was closer to work and he had a spare room. It wasn't anything other than platonic, and he didn't want anything more than that, and I didn't want anything more than that. And after 6 months, another friend of mine needed a flatmate, and she was desperate, and so he said, yeah, I should go, and I did. And about a couple of months after that, I got a phone call to tell me that he'd passed away in St Vincent's Hospital. The person who told me was another friend of his from in the same apartment block, who found my phone number, contacted me. Unfortunately, it was after the funeral, and I was invited to come to a wake, and he said if you want anything of his, just feel free to take it, because he knew what Mark was to me. And all I wanted was a photograph. I couldn't even get that, and his mother took the ashes and everything back to Brisbane, and never even got a chance to say goodbye. So this is what this poem's about. It's very simple, very easy, and it's just called My Friend Marc. So we knew each other so long ago. As kids we'd play. Life was simple. Our future lay before us. We would mould it our way, whichever the way that was. Then I moved. Too young to know, I made new friends, new plans, new life. We meet again, by chance or fate. Older though not wiser, teenagers in age, children at heart, friendships restored. Then again I moved. Contact lost once again. You became adventurous, I the conservative. You the yin, I the yang. Again we meet, older now. No longer the children, no longer innocent. Now we're adults, now we're responsible. You are an open book. I still hide in the shadows. Secrets once shared, now hidden. As your illness grew, you showed no fear, except those for your friends. I fell back into my own world, blinded by laziness, not of work, but of contact. I left again, for the final time. You didn't fuss. Suffering was silent. You wouldn't ask for the help you wanted. The end came quickly. I'd left it too late. You left quietly, almost alone, almost unknown. I miss the friendship. I miss the conversation. I miss the love. I miss you. I was there for you, yet I wasn't. Wherever you are now, I hope you are happy and not alone. My memories of you will never fade. You were and always will be a part of my life always. Until we meet again, someday. I've never really been lucky when it comes to love. 3 people that showed me the love and wanted it all died. Mark, unfortunately, through HIV and AIDS. Philip, who we're coming up to his, would have been his 57th birthday, and in a month's time will be the anniversary of his passing, and I'll talk about that at another time. And then there was Tyler, young, full of life, saw in me, I think, more of a father figure than anything, who sadly took his own life as well. I don't know who's, I'm just supposed to be single all my life. Maybe I'm being hard on myself, but 3 people and nothing to show for it except memories now. Anyway, sorry to leave this on a sad note. Feel free to leave a message. I don't really want to talk too much more. So, smile, be nice to each other, take care, and see you in a couple of days. Bye.